The starters unleash a field of 18 athletes in the men's E-grade 3,000 metres. Looking at times, season's best, around 9:38, Liam Cashin, the fastest in the field from Western Athletics, right through to Luke Goodman, St Kevin's, 9:50. And if it's anything like that last heat of the 3,000 metres, the men's F, I'll definitely be seeing times a little bit faster than that. Of course, we saw it's about the 9:44 mark there for our race winner in the F grade. And Liam Cashin will take them through the first 200 metres. A bit faster than the last one, as you'd expect, 39 seconds through 200 metres. And the pace is thereabouts. So it's Cashin, Diamond Valley well represented at the front end of the field. Both Andrew Kellum, he's best at 9:40 this season. And indeed, Tim Logan will be tucked into fourth place. Roland Burke in the fifth there for Athletics Essendon. And the St Kevin's athlete there into third place at this stage would be Luke Goodham. He's throwing caution to win, making sure he's got a good position at the front of the field. So I reckon they're a little bit slower through 400 metres than our last heat on the track. Thank you. But unlike recent races, we're just starting to see the field keep nice and bunched through their first laps. We've seen the last couple of races have strung out quite early. Roland Burke just makes his way around the outside, back into fourth place.
7, 8, 9.
It's Lachlan White of Collingwood. He's worked his way into about fourth place. Kellum behind Cashin, and indeed the Williamstown runner. It's well placed. As we go to the start sheet, looks like Ryan Thomas. His season's best at 9:42. So he's worked his way in behind Cashin, 9:38 his best. Callum there in third, 9:40. So three very evenly paced athletes, and of course White for the Collingwood club, 9:42. So the form is starting to work its way towards the front of the field in this men's E3000 metres. And when they cross the start-finish line, they'll have 5 laps remaining. They 2,000 metres, and we'll pick up a 1,000 metre split. And we'll be able to see how they're tracking compared to the F race that's just gone before. Of course, the F race went through in 9:33 pace. They were through in 3:11. I reckon they'll be pretty similar in this men's E3000 metres. Ryan Thomas now has worked his way to the front. Cashin just tucked back in the pack. Roland Burke just rolling over back into fifth place. And they go through about 3:14. So 3:14, we're a little bit slower than the last race, but of course they tied in that second 2,000 metres. You'd expect a little bit more mature bodies, a bit smarter racers. They'll hold this split a little bit better. So we're looking about 9:42 is the 3:14 that they went through the first 1,000 metres in. And we can see the athletes tracking down the back straight. Of course, the gentleman with the high knees down there is not in fact in the race. He's just warming up down the back straight. Nicely pacing them down the back straight though. Ryan Thomas, Callum, Cashin, they're all there at the front of the field. And it'll be Thomas that'll lead them into the stretch again. As we start to see the Box Hill athletes. Stephen Griffin is just tucked into second place. And Mitchell Cooper just behind him. Callum still well placed. In fact, it's Tim Logan that's holding in third place at this stage. Zach Hunter, the tall figure there for Box Hill, in fourth. There's Griffin that is in second place at this stage for Box Hill, behind Thomas. Quite well poised, very comfortable at the front of the field. So looking about 4:49 through 1,500. And if we do the mathematics, it puts them at about 9:38 at the 3,000 metre finish line. which we'll see them pass through. I'll be up the home stretch for the third to last time, as it's almost perfect conditions here at the Melbourne University track now. A little bit of a breeze, the heat's come down, the sting's definitely come out of the day. They're really starting to sharpen up for the remainder of the 3,000 metres on the VMC program. The last of the VMC races for 2013. As we see a lead group now that's just worked their way off the front of the main bunch. So it's Steve Griffin to the inside, Logan, Hunter there with him, Thomas. And the Western Athletics runner there, Lachlan Huell. Back there to Cash and Burke. The third of the Western Athletics runners, Alex Tewell, very well represented again in VMC racing. So it's Griffin that'll stretch out down the back straight. We thought he might have got a couple of strides on his leading quartet. But Logan's going to go with him. Hunter back in the third place there. Back to Thomas. And Huell of Western Athletics. It's a leading group of 5. And we see the remainder of the field, the best part of 20 metres back. It's Roland Burke of Athletics Essendon that leads that next group on the track. So with 2 laps remaining and Griffin across to the start-finish area. Also well through 2,000 metres. So as Griffin has had a look to the inside, back to the outside and still sees Logan right there with him. And now 5 metres back there to Hunter, Thomas. Western Athletics there and Huell. Gap further back to our next Box Hill runner. Next to Young Phillip. Further back there to Morning Peninsula runner and Brett Anthony. So 2 laps remaining, and inside 2 laps remaining, it's Griffin and Logan that are stretched off the front. As Griffin ended 9:40 at his season's best, Logan 9:45, both sitting just inside that time standard if they can continue to consistently work their way through this 7.5 lap journey. Of course, Ryan Thomas, Williamstown back for 3rd. Huell in 4th, Hunter 5th. Gap back there to the other of the Box Hill runners, Young Phillip. So it's a race in 2. There'll be 1 lap remaining. We'll take the bell. About 8:20 when that ticks through. And it's Griffin and Logan head to head. 3 athletes in Hunter, Thomas, Huell, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So Logan will lead them through. I'll remind the athletes, of course, lane 3 is where we'd like them to finish when they make their way back through for the last time. As Phillip ditches the hat. Needs to streamline it the last 400 metres. Feels it's been holding him back a little bit. And it just has. He's just started to pick up a little bit of ground from 6th place and really stretching out. And he's going to leapfrog that group from 3rd and go from 7th up to 3rd place. But we should track with our race leader, Logan, down the back straight. He took them at the bell. 3 metres there back to Griffin. You see Phillip 200 metres from home, 20 metres behind our leading duo. But pegging back with every stride. It's still Logan, Griffin, Phillip, back to Hunter, Thomas rounds out the top 5, Huell into 6th place for Western Athletics. To the top of the turn, Logan will lead them in. Watch the clock. His best of the season, 9:45.81, as we ask the athletes to make their way into lane 3. Logan stretching away with this one for Diamond Valley. He's comfortably going to move inside his season's best. 9:29, 9:30 or thereabouts. It's going to be a blanket finish there for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Hunter, Phillip and Griffin, the Box Hill trio. Back to Thomas. Strong finish there for Brett. Back to the St Kevin's runner. And Luke Goodman. Brett Anthony there. Roland Burke. Back to White. And Mitchell Cooper round out the field. all inside 10.05 in the E 3000 metres.